Stations are places where we wait, where we anticipate what is yet to come and what is still to arrive. Today, we will be walking alongside Jesus on his journey with his cross as he carries it to his own death. Like Jesus, we may all have experienced fear, doubt, and suffering, and we may all have our own cross to bear.
At these difficult times in our lives, we can be like Jesus and remember that God is always with us, watching over us and protecting us. As you watch these stations, think of how God sent his only son to be crucified for us, so that we could all live with him in heaven. Think of the love Jesus has for each one of us as he carries the heavy wood of the cross for us. Please take a moment to consider each station's meaning and to remember to be reverent as just as Jesus would be.
The first station. Jesus stands before Pontius Pilate. Jesus is standing before angry people who are yelling and saying mean, hurtful things to him. They scream at him. Some of them tell lies about him, saying that he did bad things. But Jesus stays quiet, even though he knows that he will be hurt. He knows that God is with him. He even asks God to help him forgive the people who are yelling and telling lies about him.
Has anyone ever said mean or hurtful things about you? Or has anyone ever told a lie about you? If someone did that to you, look at your hurt and see how you felt. Maybe you were scared or hurt, or maybe you felt very angry. When you see how you felt, show your hurt to Jesus. See Jesus loving you when you're showing him what happens in your hurt. Then, when you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help you make your hurt more like his. Maybe you want to ask Jesus to help you to remember that God is always with you.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The second station. Soldiers put a heavy cross on Jesus' shoulders. When the soldiers put a big, heavy cross on Jesus' shoulders, Jesus doesn't fight with them or say angry words to them. He knows that he has to carry this cross a long way, and he knows that the way will be very hard for him at times. But Jesus knows that God is with him, and he asks God to help him carry this cross, even though it is heavy.
Have you ever had something happen that was very hard for you? Sometimes children are very sick, or someone in their family is very sick. Sometimes adults or older children do not treat younger children nicely. Sometimes we just can't have things the way we want them. Take some time to look at what your heart is like when this happens. Then, when you see what your heart is like, show your heart to Jesus. See Jesus loving you when you show him what happens in your heart. When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help make your heart more like his.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The third station. Jesus falls for the first time. Jesus is so tired as he walks along the road with the heavy cross on his shoulders. The cross keeps pushing into his shoulder, and the stones on the road hurt his feet. People yell and push him. The soldiers shout for him to move faster. Then Jesus falls, and the soldiers yell at him more. How tired Jesus is. Jesus prays in his heart, God, help me remember that you are here. Did you ever fall when you were playing or when you were helping with something? Falling really hurts, doesn't it? When people make mistakes, it is like falling. And when that happens, their hearts sometimes feel like it is hurt. Can you remember a time when you fell when your heart felt hurt? As you remember a time when you fell, as you remember that time and look at how your heart felt, show your heart to Jesus. See Jesus loving you as you show him your heart. When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help make your heart more like his.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. As Jesus walks slowly with the cross on his shoulders, a woman comes up to him. It's Jesus' mother, Mary. How sad for them to see each other now. Mary feels so sad because she sees how much he is suffering. And Jesus sees the sadness Mary feels. Even though they both know that God is with them, they can't even say anything to each other because they're so sad.
Have you ever been very sad? Or do you know someone who has been very sad? Being sad can really hurt someone's heart a lot, can't it? Sometimes our hearts are sad because we cannot be with someone we love. If you can remember a time when you were very sad, show Jesus what your heart looks like when you felt that way. Picture Jesus loving you when you show him your sad heart. Then, when you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help make your heart more like his.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The fifth station. A man, Simon, helps Jesus carry his cross. Jesus is so tired that the soldiers know he cannot carry the heavy cross by himself. So they look around and see someone who looks strong enough to help Jesus carry this cross. The person's name is Simon. Jesus looks at Simon and quietly whispers, "Thank you," to Simon. Then they continue on the long road, carrying the cross together.
Sometimes helping someone can be difficult for so many different reasons. Maybe you haven't finished something that you'd like to do when someone asks you for help, or maybe you just don't feel like helping that person. Can you think of a time when you were asked to help someone and did not want to help them? Show Jesus what it was like when that happened, and picture Jesus loving you as you show him your heart. Maybe you can even hear Jesus whisper, "Thank you for helping." When you are ready, you can ask Jesus to help you to have a helping heart.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The sixth station, a woman, Veronica, wipes Jesus' face. Jesus is hot, tired, and sweating. His hair is all tangled, and he is covered in dust from the long walk. Suddenly, a woman pushes her way out of the crowd and stands in front of Jesus. She takes a clean cloth and gently wipes Jesus' face. Jesus is so thankful that he leaves a picture of his face on her cloth.
Have you ever helped someone? Have you ever done something that helped someone feel better? Sometimes you may have done something that you thought was very small or unimportant. Bringing a glass of water or juice to someone, or even giving someone a helping hand with a chore. Maybe you just smiled at someone who looked sad. As you think of the times you've helped, show Jesus your heart. as you picture Jesus loving you. Maybe you can also picture Jesus leaving a picture of his face on your heart. What a wonderful heart you have.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The seventh station. Jesus falls a second time. How very tired, weak, and sad Jesus is now. Even though he keeps trying to walk with the heavy cross, he just can't keep going. The noise from the crowd and from the soldiers make him feel even worse. Then Jesus falls because he can't take another step. Have you ever had a hard time with something? Maybe you can't do something the way you want, or you feel as if you keep messing up on something? How does your heart feel when that happens? Maybe your heart feels the way Jesus' heart felt when he fell this second time. When you show Jesus how your heart feels, picture Jesus loving you. Jesus knows how your heart felt. His probably felt the same way.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The eighth station. Jesus meets women who are crying. After Jesus gets up, he continues on the road carrying his heavy cross. He passes some women who are crying because they are so sad to see Jesus suffer. But instead of only thinking of himself and how bad he feels, Jesus tells the women not to keep crying because of him. He tells them instead to take care of others and especially to take care of their children.
Sometimes it is easy to just think about ourselves, about what is not going the way we want it, or about problems that we have. It is very hard, then, to think about other people. How does your heart look when you do that, when you think only about yourself? Show your heart to Jesus and picture Jesus loving you with your heart that way. When you are ready, can you ask Jesus to help you have a heart like his? A heart that thinks about other people and remembers other people? That's the kind of heart Jesus has.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The ninth station. Jesus falls a third time. Jesus is so tired now that he can hardly take another step. It is hard for him to breathe. He has been walking a long time along the dusty road, and he has no energy left. He just can't go on anymore. Then Jesus falls down in the street for the third time. He is so very tired. Jesus asks God to help him, and Jesus gets up again, even though it is hard for him to do.
When we have really tried to do our best and have not been able to succeed, it is easy to feel like Jesus did. Sometimes other people just keep yelling about something we do, or sometimes other people make fun of the way we do something. Can you remember a time when you felt this tired in your heart? When you seemed to be having a sad or hard time with someone or something? Look at how your heart felt and show your heart to Jesus. When you are ready, ask God to help you when you feel this way.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The 10th station. Jesus' clothes are taken away. Finally, Jesus reaches the hill that is the end of the road he has to walk. Jesus knows that he will die here. But before he dies, the soldiers will do more to him. They pull off his long robe and almost all his clothes are taken from him. Jesus stands in front of the crowd with only a small piece of cloth covering part of his body. Jesus asks God to help him remember that he is not alone, that God is with him through all this.
Is it hard for you to share or give away something that you like? Do you sometimes like to keep everything for yourself? Do you ever let something of yours be the reason for bad feelings or bad words between you and someone else? If you remember a time when something like this happened, remember how your heart felt. Then, show your heart to Jesus. You can ask Jesus to help you have a heart that is like his heart.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The 11th Station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. How much Jesus hurts as the soldiers nail him to the cross. He hurts all over. He is tired and thirsty. He knows he is going to die. But he looks at the people who have hurt him, and instead of saying bad things to those people, Jesus asks God to forgive them. He looks at his mother and tells her to take care of others. Even when he is dying, Jesus is thinking of other people.
Can you think of a time when someone hurt you with unkind words or actions? Was it hard for you to forgive that person? Jesus knows that forgiving is hard to do. That's why Jesus will help you change your heart when you ask him to help you to forgive someone. See how your heart looks after you ask Jesus to do this.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The 12th station. Jesus dies on the cross. Finally, after the long walk, after falling 3 times, after having the men beat him, after being nailed on the cross and suffering on the cross, Jesus bows his head and dies. Now this part of his life is over. There's nothing left for Jesus to give or to do. Jesus has given his life for all of us. Did you ever feel that you wanted to make something better, or that if you tried a little bit harder, something would change that you wanted to change? Or maybe you felt like you didn't try hard enough at something and something bad happened? If you can think of a time like that, then show Jesus your heart and let him love you. When you're ready, you can ask Jesus to help your heart be more like his.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The 13th Station. Jesus is taken down from the cross. Now Jesus' lifeless body is taken down from the cross. No more pain or suffering for Jesus. All the pain is over. Mary, Jesus' mother, holds him tenderly in her arms. How sad she is, and how sad Jesus' friends are. They are crying as they hold up his body.
Is there someone you love who has died? When you remember that person, how does your heart look? You can show your heart to Jesus and show Jesus what you miss about the person who died. Jesus knows what your heart looks like and loves you when you show him your heart. He can even help your heart become more like his.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The 14th Station. Jesus is buried. Jesus' friends wash his body and wrap it in a clean sheet. They touch his body gently, and then they put his body into a tomb. When they are finished, they push a very large stone over the entrance so that no one can go inside. Now there is darkness in the tomb where Jesus' body lies, and all of his friends go home because they are very sad and tired.
Can you remember a time where you were very sad? You had to say goodbye to someone. Maybe you were leaving the person for only a short time, or maybe it was for a long time. Maybe you said goodbye to someone you loved when that person died. Take a few moments to think about one of those times where you had to say goodbye, and show Jesus your heart how your heart felt then. Try to picture Jesus loving you and being with you with your sad heart. Let Jesus love you a lot. Jesus knows how sad you are.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
We have walked the way of the cross with Jesus. During the last days of Lent and during this Holy Week, let us stay close to Jesus. Let us be with him in his suffering and death, so that we can celebrate his resurrection in joy at Easter. We grade 7 students will continue to pray for all of you as we prepare for the resurrection of our Savior. God bless, and we hope you have a happy Easter.